The self-worth, it's within us. When you start respecting yourself, the world is going to respect you. Sometimes success come to you when you start imitating great leaders, or when you start acting like them, or when you start following like them.
Hello, greetings of the hour to everyone coming onto our show that is celebrating self. You all know that this talk show is for the women, of women, and by women. So as to be a reason of inspiration to some women, so that they can also reclaim their worth. They can understand that they need to create a good relationship with themselves. And for that, today, our guest for today is Miss Kajal Chhatija, ma'am. She is an enthusiastic and energetic leader who is an empowering and engaging young minds in innovative and collaborative learning practices. She is in the education industry from the last 15 years, and since the time she started her career, it was a teacher. And then she became a principal, then a director, and today she is the founder of her edu venture, that is EduDrone We Connect. Having worked with a plethora of well known schools, she has voiced many leadership conferences and often participates in panel discussions. Currently, she is working as the executive director of Gayatri Group of Schools, Pune. With a very warm welcome, I welcome you, Kajal ma'am. Thank you so much for coming over and being on with us on this platform. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Karanjot ma'am, for inviting me. I'm really glad to be with you and really looking forward.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I am equally honored to have a personality like you with us. And to start off, of course, looking at your introduction, looking at your brilliant journey, I would request you to please share your life story with us. Your how has the journey been? How did you take that turns, those curves? How did you pass on those hurdles? Please share that with us.
Well, as I look forward, like as I look behind, and when I think about my old days, I still recall and think I've just started as if,
Oh,
and I feel like the same little young girl the way I was. We always feel that age is just a number, isn't it? It's everything is in the
absolutely.
mind. Like, so I started my journey by being a co-teacher. I was teaching deprived students in a very small school. I started dedicating my afternoons to such a school where I have seen children striving hard for books, for stationery. So I have seen those days, and from that day to today, so it seems like, yes, I have come across a long way, and much more to learn ahead. But yes, I would love to share in a small and give you a little nutshell what all I have gone through, and in a way, whatever I have achieved so far, it was not easy. And I always tell everyone, I have heard, like, I've earned it in a very hard way. We say that sometimes success come to you when you start imitating great leaders, or when you start acting like them, or when you start following like them. So in my journey of this being an educator, from being a co-teacher to teacher to coordinator to acting principal to principal, and currently I'm the executive director, and I have my own platform by the name of EduDrone. So it's for me, it was learning by doing. I've done it, and I've done many mistakes, not one I've done many mistakes, and through my own mistakes, through introspection, I have learned it. So I always say that when you do it and then you become so conscious, you get to know, yes, I have done something. And when you realize, oh, if I would have done that way, it could have been better. So this is how we as learners, and we always say that when learning is something, it should never stop. The
Absolutely.
day you stop learning, that
That is the
means
way
you
of
have
ending.
grown. Yes, that means you have grown old. You should give up then. So that's the main ingredient, you can say. The learning, that thirst for going on, for achieving, and for doing something different. And I'm a right brain, so and you know that they're very creative. So my creative instincts, if they are not fulfilled, I feel like I've become one dawn. I've become very negative. So I love to create something, and ideation, design thinking is always my passion. Coming up with new stuff, I always look forward. Okay, this is done, now what's next? So
One more
that's
thing
a
I
little
would
bit.
like to add on is that we write, even I'm
Yeah.
a right brainer, so it is like that we don't like to stay idle. We want ourselves to
Yes.
be busy so that we can let our brain function to its fullest. No,
So now I can truly resonate. As you said, you are also a right brainer, so you can understand. And even family is also knowing about it. They said, हाँ हाँ busy रहो, Sunday को भी काम करो. They because they know if we'll sit idle, what we'll do.
absolutely. That was really an amazing thing that you told that we need to keep on doing, imitate till we achieve that place. But the main essence, what I feel, is it's all about taking action. It's not about just planning, it's about actually taking action, and the reason of your success is actions only, right?
Yeah.
Now I would like to ask you another thing, that as you told that you wish to take up new objectives, you start with new novel experiences, is something new, not new for you. But in during those times, like there would have been some situations where, like, as a woman, be it me, be it you, be it anybody, we tend to look for appreciations, we tend to look for approvals. So have you ever been at such a position where you looked out for approvals and appreciations, basically from someone other than you yourself? Has ever anything like that happened?
Yes, it happened. And that I will tell you very proudly, that in 2019, when I decided to leave the job and take up something else which was a bigger than what I was doing. So out of everyone's surprise who must be hearing this, who will watch this session, so it happened in 2019 when I was working under the expert guidance of Shakuntala Jaisinghani. I was working as a school supervisor there, and they during the tenure of working there, I received I got something huge. It was like working as a principal of a school. So wherein I was thinking that I am not ready at that moment to take up the role of a leader. And then I was so well connected with my boss, where I shared with her that, ma'am, I'm getting this. Do you think I'm ready for it? And do you think I'll be able to do justice? Everyone who will be listening, they'll be very surprised where my boss, what she said, that, Kajal, I'm so proud of you, and I think you're ready. You should take up, without even thinking, and without even judging me. And I'm asking something which is like, she's knowing that she's my right hand. If she'll be not there, how I will function without her? where she couldn't think even, one action couldn't be complete without my presence. It was like how the farewell happens, like when the girl gets married, like even I believe wherever we go, our workplace is like our second home.
Absolutely.
So I totally believe that wherever I am going, it's like I'm getting married to that place. Because you have to give that sort of dedication to your work, and where you sit, what new you bring to that table is what going to matter. And if you leave that place is going to call you back. So that kind of power you have it in you. I always believe in giving more than 100% wherever you work. So at that time, yes, I was looking forward for getting more appreciation, for getting motivation, that yes, you are ready, go.
So, absolutely, this was an amazing part that you shared, that it is like your workplace is your second home. That is very true. Now, when you talk about workplace, a question is just popping up. It is like whenever we are at the workplace, or we are at home, or we are anywhere, there are certain things that are supposed to move inside of our heart and our brain, right? And that is the main area where I call our our self zone exists, right? So do you think that self worth, does it matter to you? And especially as a woman, how can one discover the that self worth?
The self-worth, it's within us. When you start respecting yourself, the world is going to respect you. It's very important to love oneself. And mate, all must be thinking what I am telling, but yes, whenever you leave, and go to your workplace, deck up yourself, wear good clothes, and have that good feeling that yes, I'm ready. That's called job readiness. That is the reason wherever you work you have a dress code, right? We follow dress code everywhere, but still in teaching profession, that is not very, like we are not very particular about that. If you talk about navy, army, where it's very prominent that they
Uniform
get
thing.
that uniform, right? So I strongly feel that we must work on that uniform for teachers as well, so that you get that yes, I'm a teacher and I'm teacher for life, and I'm the one who is going to create these all other big time professions, right?
Right.
So self worth begins, it's within us.
And with this gives me a very, I would say, an intention to know more, that what is your self relationship with self regime, any regime that you follow so as to nourish your own self?
See, regime is, I'm very conscious. I'm uh, you you will just laugh
You
because
don't seem so.
as we are virtually connected, we are not face to face. If we would have been face to face, you might have experienced. I am vertically challenged. When I say this vertically challenged, you get to know that I'm not blessed with great height. So
Okay.
when I was in 10th, at that time only I had an intuition that I'm not going to gain great height. Since then I took a lot of care of my weight, and I became very conscious of what I am eating, because whatever you eat, it reflects on your body, it reflects on your skin.
Right.
So I restricted. I eat everything, but the only thing, it's if it is junk, if it is something like any kind which is white, like maida, sugar, and all. So I always see that how much I am taking in. So that is one, I'm little conscious about my eating habits. And I usually take one heavy breakfast and two mini meals. That is what I follow. And I regular check my weight, and if I see there is any variation, then I start skipping. That's the easiest way to lose weight. And I
Oh my
start
God.
my
At this point of time, I feel that I should tell you something. You should stop checking your weight because it is not at all a healthy practice. Second of
yeah.
all, it is like your relationship with yourself has nothing to do with your eating habits, with your weight, with your looks. What of course your physical appearance matters and you should take care of that, but what I basically want to know is how do you nourish yourself, your inner self? How
Yes.
do you follow any certain regime so as to, like, the way I can feel the energy that I can feel from you, it is quite positive. Okay.
Yes.
And
So
I
for
do
that,
wish to know that how can we also instill that positivity? How can we also create a good, a harmonious relationship wherein we feel good about ourselves, whether we are
yes,
tall, whether we are short, whether we are fat, whether we are thin, like how?
for this, it's been year, like many years, as I told you, that I practice breathing exercises. And I started doing yoga since I was in grade 11th, and I started teaching also. I became the trainer.
Oh,
So that is how physically and mentally I'm connected. I can actually feel what's going on within me, and at many a times I try to cure myself. If it is mentally, then I know what I have to do. Then I have to separate myself to the world around us, and practice meditation, yoga. So that is the savior for me. And for this, I love writing, and I have authored two books. And not only authored, those were the anthology. And we EduDrone has helped authors. We have created authors and published 180 stories. So for me, that is like taking a soul bath. When you write, it is refreshing. But when you make people write, that is something, you get empowered. And when you
seriously.
connect with people, when you connect through their writing, when you read, and it brings a lot of purity. So that I have experienced.
Wow, that's amazing. And I truly resonate with the fact that meeting new people, talking to them, getting to know their stories, and if we are a reason to empower somebody, bless that is a blessing in itself. That is truly amazing. And with this leads me to another question, which I know you will be thinking that she's going to ask me so many things, but actually looking at you, I'm feeling like I need to ask you, what is your take on self compassion and self denial? Like, how do you look up at these things in life for women?
See, for us, is very important to follow, our dreams, what we think. And for me, the most compassionate, if you ask what is one compassion you look forward, it's for me, it's when I help people, when I see them growing, when I share my stuff. For example, if anything comes across, if it is an award or any opportunity which comes across, I love sharing. So that gives me, that gives me empowering feeling that yes, I've done something good. And even like during COVID, we got to know so many teachers, so many, other in other sectors as well, people had lost job. So I always tell my friends that that's my best pastime, when I help people getting jobs.
Wow. That's truly amazing thing to know, and of course you are doing a great job. And now I'll ask you the last question that we ask everybody, whoever comes over here as our guest. And that is, according to you, which is one habit that you would like to tell women so that they can adapt and nourish their self belief?
See, there could be many, but one is, see, we all have that one entrepreneur in us, and we all can explore. And like, I'm a mother of two young boys. One is 19 and one is 17. So, see, they are still fighting. One is doing BBA, the other one is in grade 11. He's pursuing 11th commerce. So, and now I'm at the age of 42. I still explore. I still, get to know so many new things about me as I come forward, and when I pursue my dreams. When I pursue my passion, when I accomplish. See, otherwise, who knew that I am going to come up with an anthology, that too in the age of 41? And what I have done earlier otherwise, I used to write small articles, of 100 or 150 words in the newspaper. And that article has given me that habit which was cultivated from years and years. That habit which was there in me of writing helped me to write a book. So we really need to find that what we like. Once we find that ikigai, we always that yes, I found myself. I
Yes,
know my best hidden quality, and if we work on it, then sky will be the limit for sure. We all are unique. We all are meant for something doing really big. But the catch is to find that one element, that one uniqueness which is hidden. Like how you are doing, Miss Karanjot. You're connecting with new people. You're organizing one-on-one interview. Have you ever thought of doing this? You might have explored. You might have explored, right? That
right,
yes, you
absolutely.
like this, and this gives you immense joy. And through this, you get to know person a little more, right? So
Absolutely.
this is what, as we women, we really need to explore, apart from being busy taking care of kids, taking care of a family. So we just need to give some time to ourselves so that we explore कि मुझे क्या करने में मजा आता
मजा
है.
आता है. Absolutely. This is something I just loved it because I have learned it quite late, I would say. Like, I had a lot of time, I had many things, but things did not go according to my plans. And when the time came, I wanted to do something. That moment, the way you said, you need to explore, you need to peep into your own self. And that is when I got to know, oh, I have this, oh, I have that, I can do this. And the biggest lesson which you shared in the starting, that is taking action. That has been my motto of life. It is like, explore and take action. That is how life is supposed to be. And thanks to you. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with all of us. It was really an amazing time spending with you, to know you and looking up at you, your experiences. It was great to know you. And with this, we don't end. There is another
Yes,
session.
beginning. It's a
There is
beginning.
another session in line for you, and that is a rapid fire round. So, are you ready for some fun?
Yes.
So that's great. So with this, without any further ado, I would start up. What motivates you to work hard?
My passion.
Wow, my passion of.
My passion of achieving
Oh wow,
my
that's
dream.
great. I can see the spark in your eyes, and that's lovely. And what makes you smile?
Love.
Oh, so sweet. And what makes you really angry?
If I fail.
Ah,
I might lose something, and if it doesn't come up the way I thought of doing it, so that makes me a little sad, not angry. It little upsets me that way.
Okay. And if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
If I could change,
One thing that you could change about yourself, what would it be?
I don't want to change anything.
That
Being
is
very honest.
that is no, it is not only honest, but that is the best part. If you think that you have nothing to change, you don't want to change yourself, that is, I think, the highest level of um self love.
Yeah.
And the last question is, describe yourself as a woman in 3 words.
Three words. Okay. Enthusiastic, energetic, and I love celebrating. So celebration.
Oh, wow. And with this, we end our rapid fire round on the note of celebrating. And that's what we all are here for.
As you said, celebrate self. You said the name of your show is
Celebrating
knowing
self.
self,
Celebrating
celebrating
self.
self.
Yes. And
Okay,
that is the
wonderful.
reason why we call it celebrating self, is that you need to love yourself. You need to have a good relationship with yourself. And why do we celebrate? We celebrate when we are happy, when there is an occasion. The same way, you need to create occasions so as to nourish your own self. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much for everything what you've done, and I love your smile. Seriously.
Thank you so much, Karanjot.
Thank you so much. And with this, now I with this we'll meet with in another session with some other person, so as to inspire ourselves and know that we are worthy of ourselves. Whatever we do, whether we are a professional, whether we are a homemaker, whoever we are, first we are our own self, and that's what we need to celebrate. So okay, then we'll meet up in the next session. Till then, bye bye and take care.